the influence of gunas. Okay. Swatejasa dhasta guna vyavastham. It's like Daivi hiesha gudavayi mama maya duratyayam mame vaye prapadyante maya metam tarantiti. So when we take shelter of the Lord, then the Lord will release us from the clutches of gunas and give shelter at his lotus feet. This is how Hanumanji prays to Lord Ramachandra. Pratyak prashantam sudhiyopalambhanam hiyanama rupam niraham prapadye. Hi anama rupam. The Lord has no material name. The Lord has no material form. And to surrender unto the Lord, we should not have material ego. Niraham prapadye, niraham. Keeping aside my aham, false ego, just giving up my false ego completely, let me surrender unto the Lord. Surrender is possible when there is no false ego, ahankar. When aham is there, sharanagati doesn't happen. Okay. So we need to long for it, we need to yearn for it, we need to plead for it, we need to beg for it, for the shelter. So to do so, we need to keep the ego aside. If you see all the illustrious personalities in Ramayana who played the roles of either Vanaras or sages as devotees of Lord Ramachandra, we have seen them keeping aside their false egos to surrender. Okay. When that kind of surrender is there, when that simplicity is there, when that honesty of purpose is there, then the Lord is eager to give all shelter. Shri Narayana Pundarika Nayana Shri Rama Sita Pate Govindachyuta Nanda Nandana Mukunda Nanda Damodara Vishnu Raghava Vasudeva Hare Devendra Chudabade Samsararnava Karna Dharaka Hare Sri Krishna Tubhyam Nama Shri Narayana Pundarika Nayana Shri Rama Sitapati. The shloka is nothing but a series of the Lord's names. And three names are connected to Ram, Sri Rama, Sitapati, Raghava. The main point here is Samsararnava Karna Dharaka Hare Sri Krishna Tubhyam Nama. The Lord acts as the captain of ship that takes us across the Samsara Arnava, that takes us across the material ocean. The conditioned soul is drowning in this material ocean. The Lord will rescue us from this material ocean by offering us a ship of his lotus feet. Okay, of the shelter of his lotus feet. So, once a boatman was taking Ram, Sita and Lakshman across the river when they just entered Vanavas. And Sita Devi was very impressed with the simplicity of this boatman. This boatman said, Ram, please allow me to wash your lotus feet. Because when you board my boat, I am very fearful that my boat may become a woman. Because by touching the dust of your lotus feet, a rock has become a woman. If my boat becomes a woman, how can I survive? It's my source of my livelihood. Then Ram allowed him to wash his lotus feet, seeing his innocence, and Sita Devi was impressed. And as this boatman was taking Ram, Sita and Lakshman across the river, then Sita Devi was impressed, and then she took out her ring and offered it to Ram. Told him, please gift it to that boatman. And Ram gifted it to that boatman. And the boatman said, Ram, why are you giving this to me? Are you paying me for taking you across this river? There is no formality of payment between equals. I am a boatman, you are also a boatman. We both are boatmen, so there is no formality. So he is a boatman, that is very clear, evident, self-evident. He is rowing the boat. But how is Ram a boatman? Samsararnava Karna Dharaka Hare Sri Krishna Tubhyam Nama. The Lord is a boatman who takes people across this material ocean. Okay, takes us to the spiritual world. This boatman very smartly said, I am not charging you when you are boarding my boat. You should not charge me when I come to board your boat. Right? Don't expect too much purity from me. Don't expect me to be relieved from all kinds of shortcomings. Just give me some concession, right? Whatever shortcomings are there, you just fill. Just like sometimes our Vidyapit, when they write exams, when they leave some words in the shloka, our paper checkers will supply some words and then give full marks. Right? So please do that for me. Don't expect too much of purity from me. Experiencing Gauranga Bihari's mercy. The Lord is very merciful. So if there are any shortcomings in us, the Lord may tolerate, accommodate, forgive. But if there is any duplicity in us, the Lord cannot forgive. If there is a tendency to commit Vaishnava aparadh, demean other devotees, discourage other devotees, diplomatically pull them down, the Lord cannot tolerate that. Okay? So, doubting other devotees' intentions unnecessarily without sufficient proof, the Lord cannot tolerate that. When Ram was living in the forest, Bharat came to know. Bharat at the time was in his grandfather's home. When Kaikeyi did this conspiracy and requested Dasharath Maharaj to send Ram to Vanavas and coronate Bharat in his place, Bharat was not there. He did not know only all this. Mother Kaikeyi, out of her affection for Bharat, she wanted to get kingdom for him. But Bharat never wanted it. So what did Bharat do? Bharat Maharaj, at this moment he is not Maharaj. So Bharat went to Vasishtha. Vasishtha doubted him. Oh, Bharat, you're back? Fine, throne is yours. Tell me, what is the date for Pattabhishek? I am supposed to be doing all the rituals, right? I am ready for it. So he was devastated. Vasishtha, you are our guru. Even you are doubting my intentions? So Bharat was devastated. First, Bharat was misunderstood by Kaikeyi, his own mother. Mother did not know what pleases her son at this moment, right? Many times, parents may think that if we give a lot of opulence, money, position, facilities to our children, they'll be very happy, right? And sometimes children also feel that, yeah, this is the source of our happiness. But here is a child who is in pure consciousness, but the mother was in a material consciousness. And why did that happen? Because she has heard from Manthara, right? When our ears are contaminated, when my heart is contaminated by hearing the sound vibrations of malicious people, envious people, jealous people, consciousness gets corrupted. Kukatha mati ghnihi. When we hear kukatha, envious words, jealous words, mati ghnihi, our mind gets corrupted. That's how Kaikeyi was influenced by Manthara, and she asked those questions. She misunderstood expectations. Bharat would be ecstatic, happy to stay at the lotus feet of Lord Ramachandra as a humble servant. Okay, Bharat's ecstasy was not to sit on the throne of Ram, but sit at the footrest of Lord Ramachandra. So Vasishtha misunderstood him. Then Bharat went to Kaushalya. Kaushalya also misunderstood him. Oh, Bharat, you're back. My son is not there anymore, here, around. Right? At least for the next 14 years, you won't be able to see him. So you can happily sit on the throne. See, all the citizens are waiting for you. Nobody is waiting. Okay? Everybody was showering angry glances on Bharat. Right? So, Bharat was misunderstood by so many people. So, but Bharat did not give up the association of devotees. Sometimes devotees only misunderstand us, but we should not give up the association of devotees. Right? There is a lot of misunderstanding. Sometimes there is blame, there is undue expectation from us, or unfulfilled expectations from others. So in multiple ways, there may be some inconveniences in the company of devotees, Sangha of devotees. But Bharat, although so many Ayodhyavasis misunderstood him, Bharat never gave them up. He took those very Ayodhyavasis, he requested them, he begged them, I have absolutely no intention to sit on the throne of Lord Ramachandra. That's meant for him. I'm just a servant. Okay. But I need your support. I need your guidance. I need your association. Let us all go to the forest and request Lord Ramachandra to come back to Ayodhya, sit on the throne and rule all of us. No, my father is also not there. He passed away. So I just want to want your association to go and please Lord Ram and pacify him and bring him back. So Bharat took those very Ayodhyavasis, went all the way to the forest to meet Ram. So at that time Ram and Sita were sitting, and our Lakshman was, I think, on a tree. From there he saw first Ayodhya flag, then he saw Ayodhya chariot, then he saw some armies coming from a distance, far, very far. So he could understand that a big army is coming to attack Lord Ramachandra. Okay. Then he understood. Bharat must have come back to Ayodhya. He must have become the king. He must have come here along with his armies even to kill Lord Ramachandra. Lakshman misunderstood. Okay. So with everyone else, Bharat could clarify his intentions. And then all of them understood Bharat's innocence and integrity, and they agreed to accompany Bharat. But here is Lakshman, who is a constant associate of Lord Ram. He misunderstood Bharat. So Lakshman saw Bharat and all the armies coming. Then Lakshman immediately went to our Ram and said, Ram, please give me order. Bharat is coming to attack us. He's coming with his armies. And from a distance, it seemed like that. Okay, so many armies are coming, so many people are coming. If he has to negotiate, he could have come alone. He got so many Ayodhyavasis, right? So Lakshman said, just give me an order, I'll destroy all his armies. I will kill him, right? Just give me an order. And I will make you the king of Ayodhya. And Ram is one person who never misunderstood Bharat. Okay. Ram said, Lakshman, even in dream, my dear Bharat will never contemplate any harm for me, even in his dream. You just keep quiet, wait and watch what's going to happen here. Once the armies come closer to us, you will understand everything about the purity of Bharat's heart. So you just don't unnecessarily misunderstand. The pain of being misunderstood is greater than the pain of cancer or knee pain or headache, right? The pain of being misunderstood is extremely excruciating to the heart. So Bharat came, and as you know, he begged forgiveness from the Lord, and he clarified his intentions and innocence, and he requested Ram to come back. By this time, Kaikeyi also came back to her senses. But Ram said, our father has given a word to Kaikeyi. Even if she takes back her words, father's word to her will remain. And it's our duty to uphold father's promise to Mother Kaikeyi. So we should not manipulate this setup. So wait for 14 years, I'll come back. Okay, just 14 years. 14 years will pass like 14 minutes, right? For him, not for Bharat. But for Bharat, 14 years are like 14 millenniums or 14 days of Brahma. Bharat was called Bharat because he was carrying burden. What is the burden? Burden of the opulence of Ayodhya. Affection for his brother, Vibhishan was giving him a good advice. Other people, other bad associates are not allowing him to accept that advice. Of course, Ravana himself also was very arrogant. So sometimes we become so unfortunate that we don't have an advisor, guide, mentor who can give us a good advice. And there are people who are even more unfortunate, that although there is an advisor, there is a mentor, there is a guide who can give us timely advice, They are so unfortunate that they can't even accept it. And Duryodhan told Vidura, get lost from here. We are banishing you from here. As a remuneration for your lifelong service to the throne of Hastinapur, we are leaving breath in your nostrils. Nothing more than that. That's the remuneration. Get lost from here. And Vibhishan did not allow that to happen. He himself resigned. Ravana, I am leaving you. Right? He volunteered. So when we are arrogant, when we are proud, when we are so self-righteous, when we are overly confident about our decisions and about our desires, then we may lose good advisors. We may lose well-wishers, right? When we are overly righteous about our decisions, then we lose access to good advice. So that's how Ravana lost Vibhishan. Either they will live or you will reject them, right? So Duryodhan himself sent Vidura away, and here Vibhishan left Ravana. Vibhishan had some 4 intimate associates. So Vibhishan and all these associates came in the Vibhishan Airlines. He did not have Pushpaka Viman, so he flew through the sky and came and landed on the seashore. And some Vanara saw him. Hey, who is this Rakshasa coming? And some people even doubted Vibhishan. So they even wanted to attack and kill Vibhishan. But Vibhishan was not in a mood to fight, but in a mood to have a dialogue. So Vibhishan came and told these Vanaras, I want to meet Ram. I want to dedicate my life to Lord Ramchandra. So you please arrange a meeting. Okay. Then eventually this Ram, Hanuman, Jambavan, Nala, Neela, Angada, and the head of all the Vanara, Sugriva, they all had a meeting. Big meeting. Okay. In that meeting, Ram was asking opinions. Should we accept Vibhishan or not? Vibhishan is here. Ram has decided already within the mind, but he's asking for opinions. Okay. So when Ram asked opinions of different people, we can understand how many people are in alignment with Ram's mood. Being in alignment with the mood of our master is called Bhagavat Anukula Shila. Not being in alignment with master's mood is called Bhagavat Pratikula Shila. To maintain a mentality or disposition or a mood which is against the mood of the master, mood of the Lord, mood of Guru, mood of Vaishnavas, right? That is called Bhagavat Pratikula Shila. Now let us see. Ram asked opinions. Sugriva, being the king, he gave his opinion. What was his opinion? We should never accept Vibhishan as our friend into our troop. The reason is very obvious. He is Ravana's brother, and we are about to fight with Ravana. Probably Ravan had sent Vibhishan to take your shelter so that he can secretly send WhatsApp messages to Ravana. How many armies we have, what are our next moves, what kind of vyuhas are we planning. So he's coming here like a spy. Being amongst us, probably he is acting in the interest of Ravan. So we should not accept him. Right? Forget acceptance, let's kill him. That's what Sugriva said. According to his understanding, according to his mood, according to his assessment. Then others also said many things. Then finally, Ram asked Hanuman, Hanuman, what's your opinion? You please tell us. Should we accept Vibhishan or not? Hanuman said, I examined the demeanor of this Vibhishan. He's very genuine. He's very pure. I cannot suspect his intentions or integrity. He seems very genuine. Not only that, Hanuman had more exposure to Vibhishan's persona and demeanor. Why? Hanuman already went to Lanka. He already saw the Rakshasas. He saw Ravana's assembly. He burned whole Lanka also. At that time when Ravana was trying to kill Hanuman, it was Vibhishan who said, no, you should never kill a messenger. Then Ravana decided, okay, we cannot kill him, at least put fire on his tail. Let's see fun. He saw big fun, right, in the form of golden Lanka burning. So now our dear Hanuman had greater understanding of Vibhishan's personality. And he has greater intelligence and wisdom. He could examine the demeanor of Vibhishan and understood his genuinity, integrity, intentions. He said we should accept him as our dear friend. Okay. Then Ram finally said, yes, let's accept Vibhishan. We need to accept Vibhishan. The reason that he quoted was very spiritual. It is based on the principle of forgiveness. Sakradeva prapannoyam tavasmiti chayachate abhayam sarvadatasmai dadamyetam vratam mama. He said, forget Vibhishan. Even if Ravana personally comes to me seeking my shelter, I will forgive him, I will accommodate him. We will cancel this war. Okay. This is Ram's mentality, Ram's mood. He is in the mood of forgiveness. If it is unavoidable, the Lord may consider punishing a miscreant. But punishing is not the immediate decision that he makes. Right? He gives opportunities. If the person is so adamant at the risk of being punished by the Lord, then the Lord is obliged to punish that person. So the mood of Lord's punishment is not rejection, it's rectification. And he gives opportunities to rectify their mentality, rebellious mentality. But if the rebellious person is not accepting these opportunities, then what does the Lord do? He is obliged to punish. When Duryodhan was lying in a pool of blood with his thigh broken by Bhima's gada, then Krishna was not pleased to see that scene. Krishna looked at him. I gave him so many opportunities, but he obliged me to take this decision, to have him killed like this through Bhima's gada. So the Lord is obliged to punish people when people are not very inclined to rectify themselves or improve themselves. But the Lord is always forgiving at heart. Okay. So Ram said, let's accept Vibhishan. Now what is the mood of Sugriva? Did Sugriva feel that I am the king? No value to my words? I am the boss here? I am the one who organized all these monkey armies, thousands and millions of monkey armies, just for one Rakshasa. How can Ram reject my advice? He is not valuing my advice. What's the name of being a king? And Hanuman was not a king. And Hanuman's proposal is accepted by Ram. So Sugriva never got into this kind of comparison with Hanuman. In front of all the monkeys, Ram is rejecting Sugriva's advice and invalidating his proposals or his intentions. Actually, Sugriva is not in Bhagavad Pratikula Shila. Although his decision or his proposal is not in alignment with Ram's mood, ultimate mood, but from an external perspective, Sugriva's decision is valid because his intentions are pure. Although decision is not the best, but the intentions are pure. Therefore, we need to judge other people based on the purity of their intentions and not exactly the productivity of their actions. Actions may be pleasant or unpleasant, but the intentions are more important. So Ram never had any disrespect towards Sugriva. Sugriva, you are Bhagavad Pratikula Shila. You have a mood which is not in alignment with my mood. Hanuman is my favorite. Of course, Hanuman is definitely favorite, but that does not mean Ram did not appreciate Sugriva. With whatever information Sugriva had, with whatever experience Sugriva had, with whatever understanding he had, he genuinely desired the welfare of Lord Ram. Genuinely desired. As the king of all Vanaras, he is supposed to think like that. He is completely justified in thinking that we cannot accept a Rakshasa, a demon, into our troops. It's not appropriate. He may cause harm. So he's thinking from a political perspective. He's thinking from war perspective. He's thinking as a king, but he did not have so much exposure that Hanumanji had. Okay, Hanumanji is greater in intelligence, and also he has personally seen Vibhishan. He went to Lanka. He has more experience. He has given him better advice, definitely. That matched the advice of, that matched the mood of Ram. But Sugriva was no less, right? Sugriva, with all pure intentions, he wanted to serve Ram only. Although the opinions or the proposals that they both have given are completely opposite to each other, their moods are totally same. Okay, so Sugriva, with all his pure intentions, wanted Ram's welfare, therefore he gave that proposal. But when Ram said, oh, this is not the right thing to do, I prefer doing this. Okay, and he got more information. As soon as he understood that Vibhishana is a genuine person from Hanuman, and as soon as he understood that Ram prefers this way, Sugriva had absolutely no attachment to his own opinion. He has given up his opinion. Right? You can have opinions, you can make proposals based on your current understanding, but as soon as another Vaishnava gives a better understanding, deeper understanding, and as soon as you understand that this is what Guru and Krishna wants, we should have the flexibility and humility and honesty and integrity and obedience and submissiveness to change our opinion and be aligned with Krishna's opinion, Guru's opinion, Vaishnava's opinion, right? Detachment. Not only Ram exhibited detachment, opulence of renunciation, even Ram's devotees also exhibited. Sugriva is an example. So, after the war was over, Ram killed Ravan. Then Vibhishan said, Ram, this Ravana caused so much trouble to you, to all the Vanaras, especially to Mother Sita Devi. Therefore, I am not in the mood to perform his final rites. You please accept this. I am not doing his final rites. You know what Ram said? Sugriva, the body with which he has done all the sinful activities is gone now. Okay? The soul is pure. Soul is always Chidananda. Even when your golden ring falls into gutter, still gold is gold. You can pick it up and wash it and use it. Okay? But when face mask falls into gutter, you may not reuse it. Okay? So point is that soul is always pure. The impure activities that a person does through the material body will not affect the eternal spiritual nature of the soul. And that soul, who is a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, must be honored. When you are performing last rites of Ravan, you are honoring the soul. This is the argument that he has given in Ramayana. You should immediately perform the last rites. So Ram was obliged to punish Ravan, but he has absolutely no grudge towards him. So this is a repeated lesson in several of our scriptures, whether it is Ramayana or Srimad Bhagavatam. This is a repeated, recurring theme. Although great devotees and the Supreme Lord himself punish some miscreants, people who behave in bad ways, they don't do it with grudge. They don't do it with negativity. No grudge, no envy, no hatred towards that person. They are hating only their particular activities and qualities, and they are condemning those qualities and activities and punishing the person because of exhibiting them. But the person is pure. Person is potentially a devotee of Krishna. Right now he is exhibiting bad consciousness. I hate the bad consciousness, but I don't hate the person. As soon as this person purifies his consciousness by following the prescribed process of Bhakti Yoga, I again embrace this person. It's like somebody gets COVID. You may not go and embrace that person. He's quarantined. Okay? But as soon as the virus is gone, he's healthy, back to normal, then you can always interact. Right? We are against the bad qualities that the person is exhibiting at that time, but we are not against the person himself. Okay? And this is a recurring theme throughout our scriptures. If only we have the tendency or inclination to notice it. Oftentimes we are carried away by the negative emotions. Oftentimes we are carried away by the external activities done by people without sufficiently understanding that innately they are all pure. Okay? At this moment, they are exhibiting certain impurities, impure consciousness. As long as that is there, I need to stay away also for all practical purposes. Okay? But I should not hate the person. Mamaivamsho jiva loke jiva bhutas sanatanaha. So everybody is an amsha of Krishna. That amsha of Krishna must be respected, must be honored, must be loved, must be forgiven if there are any mistakes. Apichetsu duracharo bhajate mamananya bhak. Sadhureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasito hishaha. Our hope is that by following the process of Bhakti Yoga, eventually you'll become pure. Okay? It may take a while. It may take a decade. It may take 2 decades. It may take 2 lifetimes. But the hope is, as long as they are sticking to the process of Bhakti Yoga, there is a possibility of improvement, provided there is no Vaishnava aparadh. Okay? Aparadh is that which degrades a soul so much that even after lifetimes, they won't be able to get Krishna Prema. Even after lifetimes or manvantaras. Best example is Daksha. Daksha offended Lord Shiva, and after he gave up that body with goat head, Daksha again took birth as a Kshatriya, as the son of Prachetas, and he performed tapasya. He chanted Hamsa Guhya prayers for 5 manvantaras. Then the Lord appeared in front of him. Still, Daksha's heart is not purified because there is Vaishnava aparadh. The traces of Vaishnava aparadh that he is carrying from last birth continued in this birth also, and he offended another Vaishnava. Earlier he offended one Vaishnava, Shiva. Now he offended another Vaishnava, Narada. Okay, for inspiring his 11,000 sons to become sannyasis, right, full-time devotees. So the traces of Vaishnava aparadha are very, very fierce. We see entire Ramayana or many other places, forgiveness is easily available when you realize your mistake and then admit that mistake and try to rectify the mistake instead of justifying the mistake, and try not to repeat that mistake. So as long as that kind of mood and humility are there, forgiveness is available. The Lord is accommodative. But when there is arrogance, when there is pride, when there is negativity towards other Vaishnavas, when there is offensive attitude towards other devotees, the Lord cannot accommodate such a person. Right? The Lord is not very comfortable. And Ram's pastimes reveal it repeatedly. Okay? So, but simple-hearted devotional service. We did not discuss sufficiently about Hanumanji. Of course, we discussed about his opinion, but Ram Katha is never complete without Hanuman Katha. Okay, Hanuman's glories. We were discussing, right, Niraham Prapadya. Niraham Prapadya means Lord did not show any ego in all his activities. He is always humble, respectful towards everyone whom he is dealing with, whether he is gurus or parents or wife or other vanaras. He is always gentle. Okay. But Niraham Prapadya also means the person who is doing that Prapadya, the person who is surrendering also should keep one's ego aside. Hanumanji is such a person who did not exhibit any false ego at any time. Okay. So, we have recently discussed in some other forum, in the kids forum, Ramayana lessons for kids recently. Hanumanji, when he was jumping across the Lanka ocean, this Nagamata Surasa came, opened her mouth and told Hanuman, Brahma has given me a boon, you should please enter my mouth. According to that boon, I need to eat you. You should become my food. Hanuman said, oh, Brahma has given you a boon, I must honor it. I will definitely enter, but not now, after meeting Sita Devi and giving that information to Ram. But Surasa said, no, I cannot trust you. You should enter my mouth now itself. Then Hanuman said, no, please give me permission, I need to go. Then to block Hanumanji's path, Surasa expanded her mouth 10 yojanas wide, then 20 yojanas wide. Hanuman is also expanding his body 10 yojanas wide, 20 yojanas wide. Like that they were expanding their bodies and mouths. But when she expanded her mouth so big, Hanumanji became as small as a thumb, entered her mouth, and before she could close her mouth, he came out. Because Hanumanji understood. Why should I get into this egoistic competition? Why should I unnecessarily get into this argument? Sometimes when we unnecessarily get caught up in so many arguments, egoistic arguments with other devotees, we lose focus on our purpose. Hanumanji understood, my purpose is to find Sita Devi and serve Lord Ramachandra. My purpose is not to outsmart this Surasa. My purpose is not to prove that I can expand my body much bigger than her mouth. That's not my purpose, right? Many times we are just too caught up in the finer details and small nuances of certain interactions or nitty-gritties of certain argumentations. You have said this, you have said this. It's like mind gets overloaded. Relationship becomes strained. Instead of getting into all those, be detached and try to focus on the main purpose. Is my discussion with this person, is my negotiation or argumentation with this person facilitating the achievement of my final purpose or not? Or am I getting deviated from the main purpose of my service to Krishna, service to Guru? So we can retain wisdom also, we can be great achievers also, but at the same time we should have that simplicity of heart, innocence in heart also, where there is no what is innocent heart? What is simplicity? No duplicity, no diplomacy, no hypocrisy, no tendency to pull people down by diplomatically maneuvering the situations, no political tendencies. So what is politics? His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj defines what is politics. Anything that you do with selfish desire is a politics, right? Whatever you do with selfish intentions is politics, right? So no selfishness. Simplicity means no selfishness. Okay. So yeah, these are the glories of such great devotees like Hanuman and Lord Ramachandra. And another great personality in Ramayana is Jambavan. Oftentimes we glorify Hanuman so much in Sundarakanda. But who enabled Hanuman to accomplish so much? 9:16, sorry. I'll close in 2 minutes. I didn't see the time. Hanuman is known to have pleased Lord Ramachandra by finding Sita Devi, by burning Lanka, giving good news to Ram, doing so many things for Ram. When Ram collapsed, when Lakshman collapsed, Hanumanji went and brought Sanjeevani. But Jambavan is acting like a guru to Hanuman. He is the one who motivated Hanumanji. Okay, he empowered Hanumanji. So when every monkey, every Vanara in Angada's army was hesitant and feeling incapable of crossing the Lanka ocean, even Hanuman also was like that. Jambavan came and reminded Hanuman of his powers. That made Hanuman prepare himself, become confident enough to jump across the Lanka ocean. This is called empowerment. Oftentimes, we equate empowerment with delegation. Delegation is different and empowerment is different. Okay? Empowerment means you give them the necessary knowledge and facility and necessary autonomy or appropriate independence to do that service. Delegation means I will use my head, you use your hand. Okay, I want to achieve this, you assist me. I want to become successful, you help me in becoming successful. But empowerment means I want to see everyone in my team successful. Right? So it's not a corporate lesson, it's a spiritual lesson. Right? So empowerment can be seen in multiple episodes of our scriptures. Right? Where as soon as there's a capable successor, able successor, a person gives the responsibility of maintenance of the rest of the services to that person, and then he retires and does what? Take up other services and perform full-time devotional service, right? So there is no point, no time where we will be left unengaged. Arey, usko de diya to main kya karu? Right? If I just, in the name of empowerment, if I just allow him to do this, what will I do? You have beadbag, right? You have Bhagavatam, right? And many conditioned souls are there all over the planet. They need Krishna. So there's unlimited service, right? Even one Manvantara, day of Brahma, lifetime of Brahma is not sufficient to serve Krishna, right? But because of insecurity, there is no empowerment. Okay? Jambavan did not think, okay, let the whole team fail. Nobody will accomplish this, right? Anyways, I am unable to do it. Why should I push someone else to do it? You are unable to do it, therefore you have to find someone to do it. Right? Even if you are able to do it, to encourage other people, you may take a backseat and allow them to do. That is empowerment. Right? Hanumanji was also sitting morose. Jambavan empowered Hanuman. Jambavan said, you speak, you can jump across this Lanka ocean. So when he appreciated and encouraged Hanuman, Hanuman felt very confident. When we unnecessarily find faults and speak in a discouraging tone, that will disempower people. But when we speak genuine appreciation, that will empower people, that will encourage them, that will help them do even better than what they can ordinarily do. But if we throw some discouraging words, that will disempower people. They will not be able to do even if they are ordinarily otherwise able to do. Right? So this empowerment done by Jambavan actually made Hanuman accomplish whatever he accomplished. Okay. Sundarakanda begins with this empowerment given by Jambavan to Hanuman. So these are some exemplary personalities that make Ramayana very heart-touching. Ramayana is filled with a lot of emotion and inspiration, and also a lot of action, right? And interactions are filled with a lot of grace, a lot of maturity. So let us try to recollect all these pastimes and meditate on all these lessons that these pastimes reveal to us, and try to inch forward in our journey in Krishna consciousness, in our service to the Lord. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ramayana. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.